Hello everyone and welcome to this digital broadcast on CGTN Africa. We are coming to you live from the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, as we bring you special celebrations to mark the Chinese New Year. My name is Jerry O'Willy and of course I'm joined by...
Monk Pearson. And you're right, Jerry, this is a very special New Year. We're bringing in the year of the dragon, or the Long. And we have the Chinese community around with us. We also have many Kenyan friends with us. We're celebrating together with festivities, with food, and of course, with performances that are happening every hour. Now, Jerry, what can you tell me about the Chinese New Year?
It's very interesting. From an African perspective, one of the most unique in the world. Remember, this is going to last for 16 days from today, February the 10th, all through to February the 24th. And today we are going to see celebrations marking a lot of Chinese culture, traditions, and other aspects of Chinese lifestyle and peoples. Remember, the Chinese New Year falls today on the February 10th because it does not follow the common annual calendar. It follows the lunar calendar, which is based on a 12-year cycle that is assigned to 12 animal signs. And that starts from the rat and then goes to the tiger, goes to the ox, goes to the rabbit. After the rabbit, now we are going to the year of the dragon. After the dragon, we have other animal signs. We have the snake, we have the horse, we have the rooster, we have the dog, we have the pig, we have monkey, and as well, we have the goat. Of course, not in that order. But here today, we want to give you a look at a couple of the celebrations that are being held here, to touching on various aspects of the Chinese lifestyle. And my first stop here is going to be the Fujian Business Association in Kenya. We want to see what they're offering, what part and aspect of the Chinese culture and traditions they are going to be offering here. And of course, as I just look in, I can see a huge variety. I can see a rich variety of tea that I assume has been manufactured, prepared in China, grown in China, and now we have it here. We are going to showcase just a couple of the things that we have here, and I'm going to be joined, of course, by one of the people that's manning the desk here. I'm just going to allow him to take you into that world of the Chinese tea, and of course, what it feels like and what aspect of China it sells to the rest of the world. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Allow me to join you, please.
Yes.
How are you? Thank you very much. So could you just start by maybe telling me your name and what you do here and what you're offering here today?
Yes. My name is Kevin. I'm a chairman of the Fujian province business association. In Kenya. So today we have this stand in Chinese New Year event. So today we are taking more Chinese Fujian company in Kenya with the production in this pavilion.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. And this is a Fujian province tent.
Yes.
You are going to talk to us about tea that has been grown in Fujian province. So can you just tell us a bit of the Fujian grown tea?
稍等一下行吗？我最好他那个让那个
Yeah, I introduced
All right.
that part for them. Okay, so you can see this is from the Fujian province. Okay, our tea growing in Fujian mainly in green teas, red teas, and white teas, and of course the most famous the oolong tea. Okay, that's a variety of teas that are grown in Fujian province. And you can see this is a setup for we Chinese normally how to drink the teas. So we have these the jars, the cups to washing. We first start to selecting the teas. Right, so you pick the tea you want, you put it in the jar. You first awaken the teas with pouring some water over it, so it gets the flavor out. So the first water you add in, you don't drink those teas. So you pour it away, you add more water. The second round, you start drinking it. Then you can taste the greatness of the teas.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Of course, I would like to try a couple of the tea because Kenya also grows a lot of tea. But first, before we get into that, what makes Fujian tea so special, in your opinion?
Fujian tea has a very long history of the tea culture. that are from the Fujian. So Fujian has one of the most variety teas that are grown in Fujian, and most favorite teas people love in China. So it's come from Fujian. Even that size from the empire, a lot of empires in China, they, at the old times they collect the teas from Fujian province also. Until now, everybody's still drinking those.
Of course, even as she prepares it, already you can get the distinct aroma of the tea, already telling you this is something that is very, very unique. And as he says, the Fujian tea has a rich history of Chinese culture, a rich history of the Chinese tea that we are going to be trying out here today. Of course, as I said earlier, Kenya also grows a lot of tea, but it's also distinct to the Kenyan taste. So we want to try out the Fujian tea and just see that unique taste, just have that feel of the unique Fujian tea. So what do we have here, ma'am?
And there's a key point I want to mention. The tea I'm showing you right now, it's grown in Kenya. But we are using a Fujian technique to prepare these teas and sell back, export back to China. So you can have taste of this combination of Kenyan and Chinese technique here. Okay, please try.
Thank you so much. So before I go ahead, what do we have here today? What are you preparing for me?
We are making white Fujian tea. So we are going to try. We put here in the glass, then we boil some water. We try the first tea we throw because it's been touched. So you can have some try. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Of course, this is the second round of water that's been poured into the tea. Of course, he said the first round that is poured into the tea is just to awaken the leaves. The second round now gives you that distinct aroma, gives you that distinct Fujian tea taste. So I'm just going to try this, of course, with the background of the Kenyan tea myself. Nice. So that is the white Fujian tea. Wow, nice. And what do we have? It's still the same one? Nice. I can feel the distinctness already. And as you say, I just want to get back to you before I leave again. You say it's grown in Kenya, Fujian technology, and some is consumed in Kenya, and some of the produce is exported back to China. Is that right?
That's right.
Yes, so why Kenya?
Because Kenya has a very good potential in agriculture and forestry industry. So a lot of people started investing into the farming and the agricultural products in Kenya right now.
Thank you so much. And as you leave, if you can just come with me, sir. If you can just come with me. I also see something that is very unique here. So just tell me, I can see it's written here, it's a Juncao grass. What is it about this grass that makes it so special?
Okay, this is the Juncao glass, as known as fortune glass. Okay, why we call it fortune glass? This is the glass. Okay, was invented by one of the Fujian agricultural forest university. It's Professor Lin who invented this glass. Okay, his leaf, fresh leaf, can be it's a high protein contained stock feed. For you can use it for like cows, for sheep, goats. Okay, and his roots, it can use as to grow in the mushrooms. Okay, so entire part of this grass, it can bring you fortune. You understand? And it's very low cost to grow in this thing. So anywhere in Africa can grow up these grasses, and basically there's no cost involved. So it's a very good, product that we bring in Kenya 2019, and so far the estimation of 2024 is gonna be 10,000 hectares of these grasses grown in Kenya.
Thank you so much, sir. And I like you mentioned how much of a fortune it can bring to the Kenyan people and of course to other people that grow it. And bringing fortune into your life is one of the biggest aspects of the Chinese New Year. Before the Chinese New Year begins, families clean their homes to perfection. Families also clear their debts. And that is to allow you start the new year on a clean slate. And a lot of the people here have gone through that. And there is a rich history of tradition of the Chinese culture that goes into the Chinese New Year. And of course, at the other side of this event, my colleague Mong Pearson is also there to bring you another unique aspect of these celebrations, and she is going to join us now.
That's right, Jerry. Thank you very much. And over here, we're at the Confucius Institute at the University of Nairobi. Now, you can see there's an array of activities going on, including what we have here, Chinese calligraphy. Now, I'm going to try my hand at writing the word fu. Now, this Chinese character means good fortune, and it's used a lot during this period to try and bring in more luck for this coming year. All right, let's have a go. Oh, 我可以写一个吗？可以。好，试试。Now, during Chinese New Year, you'll have these posters, other decorations, all in bright red to bring in more luck, because red symbolizes luck, and we're trying to bring as much luck, as much wealth and prosperity into this new year. Now, here, I'm using a Chinese calligraphy brush. What can you tell me about Chinese calligraphy?
Oh, thank you. I'm Cyprine.
Hi, Sabrina.
Hi. So as you can see, it's known as Fu, which is a Chinese activity that involves good luck. In Chinese, Fu means good luck and prosperity.
Right.
So during the new year, you can write Fu. You can write whatever it is you wish for, then as good luck words. And whether it's wealth, whether it's prosperity, happiness, whatever it is you want, you'll just write it, and hopefully you'll get it. It's a cultural belief.
Where do I put this poster after I've done writing it?
You can stick it in your house, on your wall. Most people usually do it on a wall at their house.
Now, I haven't written Chinese calligraphy in quite a few years, so please bear with my script here. I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, it's okay. It actually looks pretty good.
Thank you. With Chinese calligraphy, there's a very specific order that you need to make the strokes. And you can't get too much ink, otherwise the ink will splatter. You're trying to get just the right consistency of this wonderful black ink. Now, again, I'm spelling the word fu, which means fortune in the Chinese language. Oh, and there we go, forgot the dot. And here we have the Chinese letter for good fortune into this new year. I'll be taking it home and sticking it on my door. All right, and what else? We have other activities as well. Next door we have what looks like block printing. Now usually this very delicate picture here of a Chinese dragon, usually it's made with very precise paper cutting. But for the purposes of today, we're using wood block printing. So even I can't get it wrong. 是你做的吗? So this little girl has made this print today. Ooh. Can I try one of the prints? Okay. Let's get a fresh piece of paper.
A fresh piece of paper.
Can I get a fresh piece of paper? So here we have the woodblock print, and you can see it's covered with this red vermilion paint. 来，阿姨做一个好。 All right, we have the roller here, so we're preparing a bit of paint on the roller. We're gonna put the paint on this wood block. Hopefully we get a clear print. Try to get enough paint on there. All right, let's give it a go. Now I'm gonna press the paper on top of the block, and to get the color to stick, we're gonna rub it with this wooden paddle here. Keep going, keep going. Here we go. And voila! Here we have the print of the Chinese dragon, also known as the Lung. Now in Chinese mythology, the dragon is a symbol of power, but it's different from the dragon in Western mythology. In the West, the dragon is always seen as an evil creature that the hero must conquer, or it's capturing a princess. But in Chinese mythology, in Eastern mythology, the dragon is a symbol of power, but it's power that you want close to you. It's something that will protect you, something that brings wealth, that brings good fortune. And it's also associated not with fire like in the West, but with water and with the natural elements, because traditionally it's said that dragons can control the natural elements. So at the Confucius Center, I can see there's children all over here. They're doing different activities. Some are over there making, right?
Some of them are coloring over there, yeah. There's prints of already drawn dragons, so they can color it into whatever shape it is, whatever color they want, as it's the year of the dragon, as you've said.
And tell me more about the Confucius Institute here in Nairobi.
There are several at different universities. I personally am at the University of Nairobi, which was actually the first Confucius Institute in Africa. Yeah, we have Chinese literature. We also have different activities. We have clubs. There's Kung Fu Club, there's opera, there's dance club. So whatever it is you feel like you want to join, you can join it. And if you're a student at the University of Nairobi, it's actually free.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
And can students of all ages join your classes?
Anyone can join, whether you're so long as you're an undergraduate, you can join it at first year, second, third, or fourth. And you have to take the HSK tests, which are to test your proficiency in the Chinese language.
And I can see there's some Confucius Institute performers today up on stage.
Yeah, like I said, we have different clubs. We have the Kung Fu Club, we have the Lion Dance. The one you just saw earlier on, they were the Lion Dance. The two big lions that were trying to fight, they're actually dancing.
And I think we'll be seeing the dragon dance in a little bit. But for now, let's go see what Jerry's up to. Now, with the Year of the Dragon, there's a lot of mythology around this year. It's traditionally said that there was once a great drought that hit Earth, and 4 of these mystical dragons, they were trying to save humanity. So they asked the Dragon King to try and help humans to bring the rain and to end this drought. But the Dragon King refused, and so the 4 dragons took it into their own hands, and they brought rain and prosperity back to the land. Now over here I can see Jerry has reached a noodle shop. Let's see what he has in store for us. Jerry, good to see you again. Hi.
What did you find on the other side?
Where have you brought us?
I have been at a very unique Fujian tea tent here, and I have had a taste of very, very distinct Fujian tea. Now,
Wow.
the organizers here tell me that it's grown in Kenya, but of course with Fujian technology. And it tastes very distinct from the Kenyan tea, and it's something that is very, very unique to me, of course.
Incredible.
What did you find on the other side?
Well, I was at the Confucius Institute at the University of Nairobi. I tried my hand at a little calligraphy, but it was nothing to, to take home. So let's see what else we have.
Yes, so the next step that we want to check is something to do with Chinese cuisine. Now, this is also something that's very important in the Chinese culture, especially in marking the Chinese New Year. Of course, you're telling me earlier about what these foods that are taken during the New Year celebrations represent, of course, in the Chinese culture.
That's right. Each food has a special symbol during Chinese New Year. For example, for noodles, it represents life. So the longer your noodle, the longer the life you're hoping to have. Should we go have a taste?
We should go have a taste, of course. And as we start just coming in, hello, how are you?
Hi, ni hao, ni hao.
So we are at the noodle center here. We just want to see what are some of the options that are available here for the people here, both the Chinese community and the African community, to have a taste of and have a good feel of. Excuse me, ma'am. Hello, how are you? Hi, how are you?
可以来一份吗？ So now they're making fresh noodles on the spot. We've yet to put in our noodles. These are freshly made and they're dropped into the hot water. And because they're fresh, they'll be done in just a few minutes.
In just a few minutes.
That's right.
And that is why the noodles, in their significance, of course, during the New Year celebrations, of course, we are talking about the longevity of the noodles representing long life and, hastened prosperity. And it's something that is also very, very important in the Chinese culture with regard to the celebrations of the New Year.
That's
and not
right.
just the noodles, of course. We also have things like the dumplings as well.
There is. Have you tried dumplings before?
I have before, of course, not in a larger scale.
Right, but you notice there's a very special shape.
There is,
It's
yes.
in the shape of what used to be Chinese money or ingots. So it's a very similar shape. So it's said that the more dumplings you take in, the more ingots you'll bring in into this new year.
I like the representation that the foods that are consumed during the New Year have in the
Yes.
Chinese culture. In the Kenyan culture, we have a lot of foods that make their way onto the dining table, not so much to represent any bit of culture or anything, but just to have a feel-good factor for the people that are celebrating. Remember, this is a time for family and friends to gather together and to celebrate the end of a lengthy year, and to also just mark the beginning of a new year on a clean slate, on a happy slate, and united together with your friends and family. I can see they are putting some
That must be
flesh
the
here,
sauce.
so
That must be the sauce
some
for the
sauce that are
noodles.
going to be used for the preparation of the noodles.
Yep, that's right. And of course, during New Year, this is the time of year where Chinese people all around the world, they try to gather, they try to be with their family, their friends, and even if they're abroad, they'll find a way to mark this very special occasion.
I would imagine with the advancements in technology, you are never far away from your family.
That's
They're
true.
always a Zoom call away, they're always just a video call away. You can always reach out to them when they're celebrating, probably in China and you're in Kenya, in Nairobi. You can give them a call and you can share a meal. You're having your meal here, they're having their meal in Shanghai, in Beijing, in
Exactly.
Sichuan province, in Fujian province, having their tea, and you will have a good time, a lovely time.
And of course, today we have some wonderful performances coming up. We've got a dragon dance. We've got some martial arts coming up. We have some children doing a street dance, I believe, and a beautiful solo.
Yes, and as you're mentioning, the dragon dance, something that is very, very important today as we are marking the start of the year of the dragon. Of what significance is the dragon to the Chinese culture?
So I was mentioning earlier that the dragon is one of the 12 animals of the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac. Now every year it's a different zodiac sign. So last year was the year of the rabbit, and next year will be the year of the snake. But this year it's the year of the dragon. So what do we do during the year of the dragon? What will this year bring us? Well, it's predicted that this year will have a lot of prosperity. It will have a lot of fortune. So business owners out there, this is your year. And of course, for family, it's a good time as well. And I see there are many stalls, so we can see decorations all over here. We'll be taking a look at some of these stalls right after our noodles.
Yes, and the dragon dance is something that has been one of China's biggest exports in terms of traditions, in terms of culture. You see it at all the major events, whether it's an Olympic event, whether it's all the other events that just bring the whole world together. At one point, you will always see the dragon dance, and it's something that is celebrated very, very highly. And as you can see, even here in Nairobi, it has been one of the biggest performances that has been there on the stage. And of course, we're even going to have more performances after this. And as Monk Pearson says, there's a lot of other tents that you're going to just take you through, as you see a lot of the Chinese culture, a lot of the Chinese tradition, and the interaction between China and Kenya and China and Africa as at large. We are assuming our noodles are almost getting ready here, so we are just going to have a bit of some taste of it, yeah?
Let's have a little taste.
Just a
We'll
little,
have a little taste.
as we try all the other things as well,
That's
that we
right.
can
I
to give us a
can't
feel
wait.
of China. I can't wait for that as well.
I can't wait to see all the other stalls, Jerry.
Nice. So other than the noodles, what else would you say, the noodles and the dumplings, what else
Noodles,
would you say is largely found on the dining tables during the Chinese New Year?
Well, that's the thing. China is huge. It's got many provinces, and each province has their own traditional foods. So across different parts of the country, you'll find people are gathering together to be with their family and having very special local cuisines on top of very standard things like noodles and dumplings.
Of course, I also read somewhere that fish is also consumed very highly during the Chinese New Year. Does that represent something as well?
That's right. Fish, it represents luck. So obviously with all these things we're eating, we're trying to bring in more luck into our lives and for our family and for our friends. So, and in fact, everything we do, we've seen all this red trying to bring in luck. We've seen the posters, we've seen the good luck signs, we've seen the food.
Yes.
What we haven't seen yet, coming up soon, will be the dragon dance. Let's take a look at some of these other
I
stalls.
think we'll have to come back to the noodles
I think so
that
too.
we don't miss all the other action that's going on in the other areas. So yes, of course, we have mentioned already, there are a lot of performances that are going to be held here today. There are a lot of exhibitions here touching on Chinese culture, touching on Chinese traditions. And as we walk here, we just want to try something else as well. I can see here a bit of Chinese art. Are you interested in this? Something
I think
that's
I
very
just tried
unique.
my hand at this.
You did on the
I
other
did.
side?
I did the block prints exactly like this.
Interesting. Can we just turn
What's
to the
around the
left?
corner?
I can see here at the corner it's attracted a lot of people. Let's have a
keep
peek
going.
and see
Let's
what
keep
they
going.
have here. Hello. Hi, how are you? How are you? What are you offering here today?
We're offering Kennedy chicken and crayfish.
Crayfish. How much of crayfish is consumed in China? Is it consumed by many people in China?
Yes.
Do Chinese people love it so much?
Too much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Mehmet. And this, as we just go ahead, maybe we can just do a pan out as well. And you were mentioning about other things that are significant during in the Chinese culture during the New Year celebrations. And the paper cuttings.
Yes.
That is something that I have seen in a lot of the interactions that I've had with the Chinese people. How significant is this, especially during this time of the year?
So as you can see, the paper cuts we have here, they're in the shape of lanterns. And these are very, very delicate, intricate designs that must be made very carefully. And often they're made by hand on very thin paper. And let's go have a look. Let's have a closer look at some of these decorations here.
Yeah, let's
I
have a
can see
closer
there's
look.
some
I
special
think
Chinese
I will
symbols.
just peek in again.
Hi.
Sorry to bother you. Hi, how are you? What do we have here today? I am from Kenya. Where are you from?
I'm from Lojua Media.
Nice. What part of China are you from?
I'm from the southeast part of China.
What province?
What province? Guizhou.
Guizhou. I've never been there.
Come there.
Thank you so much. How do you feel celebrating the New Year in Kenya?
In Kenya, we're just stay with our company. So our company is holding an event yesterday. So we're cheer for the Happy New Year with my friends. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I see a lot of paper cuttings on your desk. I want to see what you have here and what you are offering to the people here.
Yeah. So we're offering the people for free, and we can offer the candy and the cookies, and everyone can take it. Especially for the small kids, we want to bring the joy for everyone. And this one, people can use this to take a photo or something just like that. Yeah.
So much. So you're just.
Oh, you can see our screen over there. It's play our province's advertisement. You can see that for promotion. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I noticed that all of the paper cuttings are in red and gold. Does that have a meaning?
For Chinese New Year, people must wear red or golden one for for good luck or something just like that. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You mentioned that earlier, the significance of the color red
That's
to the
right.
Chinese community in this time of the year.
And you see, I'm wearing
And
all
you're
red.
wearing
I'm
beautiful
completely
red.
in red, right?
Yes. So that means you're starting your year with good luck and
That's
on a
right.
clean slate, ready to conquer the year that's starting.
And hopefully we can find something red for you as we wander through these stalls.
I will try get something before I leave. I promise you that. And of course, there is still so many other things that are here. If you look to my right, you will see hair that has been manufactured in China, and you can see a private kitchen here just preparing dumplings and other Chinese givings. And as we continue, we can just also just see the East African Cantonese organization. Probably they are done already, but there is a lot of Chinese offerings. I just want to go to the other tent at the end there.
Let's go have a look, Jerry.
The Chinese culture is very renowned for its traditions and its culture, of course, and all the things that it comes with. And I can see there some paintings and some writings, so I'm really curious to see what they have there.
Let's go
Join
have
me.
a look. Let's go have a look. It looks like I can see a very traditional painting. Actually, no, it's a print.
Yes, I can see from the outlook, I can see a horse, I can see a chariot, I can see a person that's riding the horse.
Several people, yes.
It's communicating something, of course. Hello, sir, how are you? What's your name and what do we have here today?
My name is Gao, and we are just trying to look at this picture. This one is not a normal painting, yeah, but it's used stone and carve on the stone, and then to like a stamp and put on it. So it's very, very special. Yes. So we are just
painting
trying.
is done first on a stone.
On the stone, yes.
And then the paper is prepared.
Yes.
And then from the stone transferred to the
To
paper.
the paper, yes.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yes.
What does this communicate? What does the writing communicate?
And now it's showing the house with the carrier, and I think it's going somewhere. But now we are we are trying to study, yeah, to enjoy and study. Yes, it's a group of people going somewhere, I can say. Yes.
Presumably to conquer something, to conquer the new year, to conquer the world.
Yes.
Yes, what else do we have here? I can see another one there.
Heritage culture products.
Thank you very much. Are these by any chance indigenous to one part of China or just all across China?
And it's part of China, especially this one from Xuzhou City, Jiangsu province. Yes.
How long does it take to create something like this? I'm so curious.
This one almost more than 2,000 years ago, in Han Dynasty. Many stone, they keep this culture. So today, a lot of papers we cannot keep them. But when they are put in the stones, we can use that picture to analysis the culture and what at the time what can happen. Yes, that's why we use this one to research and analysis. Yes.
And how important then is it to store such things for future generations?
I believe what history is like a mirror, and from the history we can see maybe in the future we can create a new future. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for welcoming us to your tent.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You see even the paper cutting.
Yes.
Paper cutting. Even this handwriting. Yes. Even this the tea culture. Okay. Even this one, especially this one, you can come. Like this one, in Chinese history, we use this one as a pen. We use this wolf tail, the hair, to make this pen. So with this paper, and this stone is make ink. So we write the paper like this. In 600 years ago, we do like this.
So this is what is used for the Chinese calligraphy.
Yes.
And you're mentioning something very interesting. The fiber here, that is from a wolf.
Tail of wolf.
Wolf tail.
Yeah, wolf tail.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
Of course, it's got to be red.
Today?
Today, we still use them, but most is not for writing.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. As we just wrap up, of course, we are pressed of time now. There are a lot of performances that are going to be held here just to mark the start of the new year. And are you excited to see the performances that have been prepared here today?
Can't wait, Jerry. Now, of course, we're starting with the dragon dance, and this dragon dance is very popular during festivities because it's said that these dragons are to drive away evil spirits and bring blessings and good luck. So during Chinese New Year and other major holidays in China, we'll be seeing dragon dances and even lion dances. I think we saw some dragon heads over there.
We did, yes, we did.
Yes.
And something that I've also found that is very unique here, the dragon dance is very unique in China. But I have seen a lot of Kenyans as well also just participating in the dragon dance. How does that make you feel? Just seeing a completely different people just embracing this beautiful Chinese culture and just practicing it in their own country.
It's wonderful, and I don't know if you know this, but the Chinese Lunar New Year has now become a UN official floating holiday. What this means is that we can now bring the Chinese culture and China to even more people around the world.
Yes, and before we even hand over to the stage, like I mentioned earlier, these are celebrations that are going to last 16 days. And in the 16 days, this gives a lot of the Chinese people a good opportunity to interact with their family members that they haven't seen probably throughout the year. How important is this in their lives?
That's right. This is a major holiday where people will take a significant amount of time off to go travel very far, from the cities to the countryside to other cities to go visit their family members. And for some people, it's the one time in the year that they get to go back to their hometown. Jerry, how often do you go back to your hometown?
My hometown is about 5 hours from the capital, Nairobi. Not so often, but at least once every 2 months I'm there to say hi to the people. Yeah, I can see the performances are starting. So as we just wind up, as we just hand over to the stage, we want you to enjoy all the givings of the Chinese New Year celebrations here in Nairobi. Remember, this is a unique event that has brought together the Chinese community in Kenya, their friends, their families. It doesn't matter if they're Chinese or not. They're here, they're having a good time, and so are we. We expect you as well to have a good time enjoying the show that's going to be here with us.
Yes, let's watch the show, Jerry. We'll see what's going on.
Let's see what's going on.
You're really good at this, Jerry.
Yeah?
You're really...
好的，感谢丽娜童子轩给我们带来精彩的舞龙表演。我们都知道龙是中国传统的象征，那么狮子呢也是非洲五大兽之一。那么在我们的舞龙表演之后呢，我们将迎来舞狮的表演。Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after this dragon dance show, the next one is the lion dance show. Welcome.
Oh.
And it's been a colorful, vibrant celebration. We've just seen all the performances, and now we're joined by one of the organizers of the event, Mr. Zhang. Mr. Zhang, please tell us, how has the event been for you, and what have been one of some of your highlights?
So I'm thinking the programs and the performance are really impressive because we are working here far away from home, and especially during Chinese traditional holidays, we got homesick. But this event makes us home feeling, more peaceful here.
I feel the same way too. We're surrounded by the Chinese community with people from all over the world, Kenyans, other people from across the continent. Jerry?
That is something that I have noted as well. A lot of foreigners, people who are not Chinese, have also attended this event in large numbers. I can see Africans, I can see even people from other continents here. With this attendance, do you expect this to grow even bigger in the future?
Yes, sure. This event is Chinese New Year celebration. But to me, it's more likely a cultural event, to the world, to other people, foreigners too. I mean, in the future, it's like China is open, so we're gonna have this event. I mean, in the future, more influential and tell about Chinese stories and let people know China and know Chinese people, know Chinese culture. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zhang. We're not going to take so much of your time. We know you're still busy. The day is still long. A lot of celebrations and organizations going on.
Pleasure.
So Danielle and I will continue just walking around to see what we have here, just to get a feel of the Chinese culture
as we continue. Please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Good.
I'm Jevans from South China Morning Post.
Okay.
This one's for me.
On this.
Xinyan Kuaila.
That's right. Xinyan Kuaila.
My pronunciation first. I want to get it right. Xinyan Kuaila.
Jerry, your pronunciation is excellent.
Where do you stand?
Do you want to teach me something?
In the spirit of the new year, I want to teach you a Swahili word, a Swahili phrase for Happy New Year. So in Swahili, you would simply say Mwaka Njema.
Let's try it out. Mwaka Njema. How did I do, Jerry?
You're almost becoming Kenyan already. Yeah, and as we just continue, just getting a feel of the celebrations here, remember this is a happy new year to everyone here, and it is the start also of the year of the dragon. So go ahead and have a beautiful year, a prosperous year ahead, and continue enjoying your year and your celebrations wherever you are.
Xinyan Kuaila.
Mwaka Njema.